Shaky camera. Hello! Welcome to the second video. As you can see, oh man, it might be off center, I don't know. That's okay. I'm always off center a little bit. Anyway, welcome to the second video. As you can see, I am going to attempt to entertain you. Before I go into the topic, the song will reflect, this time around anyway, the topic at hand. So, the song we're going to do tonight is Phil Collins's Why Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore? Long title, and I'm sure you can guess where I'm going to go with that afterwards, with relationships. But anyway, we'll get to that. Let's get through this first. At least I'm going to try to attempt to get through this with as minimal amount of stakes as possible. Anyway, here goes. I'm sorry, I'm taking it from here. Ready? And. Nobody talks, nobody hears. Oh, makes me wonder why doesn't anybody stay together anymore? I wonder why doesn't anybody stay together anymore? I wonder why I just made that ending up. And yes, I messed up in the middle. Oh well. Alright. Pausing here and we'll come back. Alright. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I made a couple mistakes in there, but again, like I said, I generally make mistakes. So, first of all, I want to thank all the people that have watched the video, the first one. Really appreciate it, and you know, I hope you liked it. You know, nobody commented or anything, so I guess no news is good news, right? Right. So yeah, relationships. And I wasn't really wanting to do this just yet. I am not a relationship expert, you know, not an expert really on anything. I'm just, you know, going by my heart, my intuition, things I've learned, picked up, whatever. But anyway, yeah, so to tie in with the first video about being yourself, you know, whether you're in a relationship, single, starting a relationship, wherever you are, wherever you're at, we'll start at the beginning. I know most people, you know, you meet somebody, your heart's all fluttery, and you're like, oh my God, the person's beautiful, and so on and so forth, and for whatever reason, and there's various reasons, but you're not, you know, you don't be yourself entirely. You know, you kind of give little snippets, you know, and then you go, you know, and as time goes by, you give more, or sometimes you don't give much at all. You know, you just want the other person to be happy, so, you know, you don't, so you hold back. That's what I do, you know, because I want the other person to be happy. So I'll give them a little bit of my personality, and then, you know, they don't like it, you know, and so I'm like, okay, well, don't do that again, and don't be like that. And you know, and then there's other people, you know, they hold back, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know, and the other person's like, and they're like, go away, I shall dance to a second time. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries. Is there anyone else up there we can talk to? No, no, now go away, I shall dance you a second time. Figure some people might get a kick out of the Monty Python. Oh wow, 2 Monty Python references in 2 videos. Okay, well anyway. So yeah, you know, if you're in the beginning, you just give them everything, you know? Not to mention, it's just, you know, they're gonna take you or they're gonna leave you. And so what would you rather have? Have that happen in the beginning, or have it 6 months, a year, 5 years, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be? I mean, you know, it's kind of better to just, you know, let yourself be out there and do it and say, hey, this is me, man. You know, and again, it goes with the first video of always being yourself. You're free. And by being free and sharing that with the other person's going, no. Or they're gonna be like, oh wow, this person's really cool, I really identify, or whatever, you know. And I think it's important, you know, dislikes, likes, whatever. And, you know, I think that's really, really important to, you know, again, tying with the first video, being yourself. Let's see, so you're in the relationship. I'm sorry, I'm really tired tonight. I wanted to shoot this video. I really wanted to keep the ball rolling. You know, while you're in, you know, and I think it's important while you're actually in the relationship to grow. You know, growth is important, and both people have to grow. I think sometimes that's what happens is one person may grow, the other one's stunted, or both are stunted because of the relationship. You know, and again, it's part of it's not being yourself. If you're not yourself, you're stunning yourself from growth. I did that. You know, and I've done that in every single relationship, but in this one, at least in the middle of it, I realized it. You know, I probably stunted her growth. You know, and you know, sometimes you know, just give it a little space. You know, just I'm not saying break up. I don't mean that. Just oh hey, you know, cool off or whatever. Oh my God, I'm so tired right now. You know, communication, huge. Most people know this, and I know a lot of people out there that might see this video, a lot of stuff they already know, you know. So I guess at least you were entertained. Now you can, you know, stop the video and go do something else. But anyway, yeah, communication, honesty, upfront, and yeah, you know, there's times where you both are having a miserable day, and you know, and you don't have to, and as far as honesty goes, you don't have to be right then and there. Like, okay, you know, I know with Bray, sometimes she's having a bad day, I'm having a bad day, so, you know, she'll try to drop it to be there for me. I try to do the same thing. I have a harder time with it than she does, for sure. And I know she's probably doing this right now. Yeah, it's Chuck. So, but again, you have to be honest. You know, you know, building a relationship on lies, where's that going to lead, you know? It's like building a foundation with twigs and then, you know, putting concrete over the top of it. Not going to work. It's not going to work. Cycles, okay? And this is a recurring theme. I will talk about cycles a lot. I would talk about them a lot. Because that's what life is a bunch of cycles, and we've inherited a lot of crappy cycles, either handed down to us from our parents or whatever. Now, cycles, as far as relationships are concerned, when the relationship ends, you know, whether you got to that point where you resent the person, you can't let them, like, all right, I'm out of here, or they do something to you, like cheat, which I don't even want to get into. That might even be a whole nother video, who knows. Or whatever, for whatever happens, okay? And especially if they do something to you, most people will blame everything in a relationship about the other person. You know, it's the other person's fault. It's all their fault. They did this to me, did that to me, did this to me, on and on and on. And they'll list everything that person did to them. And not actually look at themselves and say, hey, you know what, well, you know, I could have done this better, could have done that better. And it's so important. If you want to break those cycles, you want to have a successful relationship, you've got to look at your own mistakes, and you got to know what mistakes you made. Some people say, oh yeah, I made a few mistakes, but it's all their fault. Well, if you don't know what your mistakes are, guess what? That cycle's repeating over and over and over again, right? Yeah, it's just, you know. And that's the thing, you know, next person comes along, and they're different, they'll look different, and, you know, I'm sure their, you know, personalities will be a little bit different, but there's always something in that person's personality that's the same as the person you just dated, and the person before that, 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 and that, and that, and that, and that. Because you're not learning. You know, again, another thing I will bring up, life is about learning. And I'm not talking about going to school learning. I'm talking about experience. You know, you've got to break those cycles. I mean, those cycles are really important to break, especially in a relationship. And I don't know where I'm at with time on this video. This is going to be a lot shorter tonight. So I mean, there's a lot more stuff with relationships I could get into, but for now, again, I just wanted to tie in the being yourself, you know, from the first video into this video, and then talk about a couple other things. The one, and this is the main one, I left it for last, of course. Save the best for last. There is a huge lie, okay, that we are taught. And there's a lot of lies out there. Some people watching this video might know about the illusion that we live in and the lies that are out there. Some of you may not. It doesn't matter. But this one is really, 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 really important. Okay, it's been taught to us as kids in Disney movies, and, you know, so on and so forth in the media. it's all over the place, okay? And hey, there's my significant other now. She's gonna have to wait a moment. Done, shall we? Okay, it needs to stop because I need to finish my thought. Okay, there we go. The lie, the big lie, okay, is that somewhere out there, somewhere lies our other half, the person that will complete my life. It's the biggest bullshit there is. We do not need anybody. We are whole and complete beings, all of us. But we have had that lie shoved down our throat time and time again through our whole life. You know, so we have to learn to become whole and complete within ourselves, which again, of course, ties back to being yourself. And the more whole and complete you are, the better the relationship you're going to have. You see, that's where a lot of dependency comes from, because we have to have that other person. There's that other person, and so we depend on them for whatever needs that aren't fulfilled in our life, that we feel and think somewhere in the back of our head or in the forefront of our head that this other person's going to fulfill. And you know, it's not true. You have to be whole and complete here and here. You know, mind, body, and spirit, earth, everything. You know, whole and complete. And once you recognize that and you see that in yourself and you work on it, you know, whether you're in a relationship, not really, if you're not in a relationship and you're and you've worked on it, that right person will come along. And there won't be, it hopefully won't be as much or no dependency at all, because everything's taken care of. You're a fully self-aware person that loves himself and not in any sort of ego, you know, not the mental ego way, but you are one with yourself or whatever. And so, you know, and this will be my last story and I will be done. On a personal note, you know, I've only realized that probably a year, I don't know, she'll probably correct me because we both kind of understood and realized at the same time. 6 months, maybe a year ago, we both realized this. And, you know, so if you're in a relationship, even if you're in and you both realize this will help strengthen your relationship, because now you can both work on doing that and not have that dependency. So anyway, I'm done for tonight. I'm tired. As I keep repeating, and I'm sorry. You know, again, I hope informative in some way, entertaining. You know, I will probably try to start each video playing a song of some kind. Hopefully it will pertain to what the topic I'm talking about, but I can't always. Depends on what my crazy mind decides it wants to do. Hell, I might play a fish tune and then talk about something else. Who knows? But again, I want to have fun. I want to give you some information from my perspective. And somebody may say, oh, he's so full of shit. Oh, what a moron. Or, nah, it doesn't matter. I'm just putting myself out there. And hopefully, you know, some of you guys out there will enjoy this stuff. So, anyway, yeah, that's it for video 2. Again, good night. It's night here. It's after 10. And depending on when you're watching this video, hope you have a great morning, great afternoon, hope you have a great evening, and I hope all is well. And, yeah, so good night and namaste. Peace.